Hello everybody and welcome back to the BTCC 2021 season. This is just a bit of a in-season update video just to quickly mention a few bits, and since we've got some downtime between the last round at Brands Hatch Indy and the next round at Oulton Park, which is happening a little over a week from now because it's currently the 20th of July when we're recording this. We're going to just cover a few little quick bits, so this video will probably no longer than 5 to 10 minutes. We have 3 subjects that we're going to cover in this, the first of which we've got the Hybrid 2022 running at Oulton Park, as well as the Tyre Test that happened there just literally 2 weeks ago. We've got the Goodwood Festival of Speed to wrap up, and also the 2022 British Touring Car Championship calendar to talk about. Again, we'll run through that pretty quick, but just before I start off, obviously I have Ben with me. Say hello.
Hello.
He's back again. The Hybrid 2022 concept. Now, we have spoken about this in the season preview, but for the sake of things, I'll let Ben, since Ben talked about it the last time, I'll hand it over to him. So Ben, fire away.
So yeah, the test was taken on the 6th to the 7th of July. It was a 2-day test. They also did like the tyre testing and a few other little bits, as far as I'm aware, on the same time. So it was perfect time to run the 2022 Cosworth Tuck Hybrid Corolla, which the main person who ran it in majority was Andrew Jordan, and he did 118 laps, which was over 263 miles. Andrew Jordan stated that the amount of laps was due to check the reliability and give a good running through of the car. This has previously also been done with dyno running, when he ran it for a full season on the dyno, with allowing it to cool down and then reheat up and everything, so it got fully ran through at everything. It's also had a bit of testing done at Angle C. And then from this, Andrew Jordan basically said there's a few minor things what need checking up with it, and such as changing the software. So he said overall it's been a good test. Liam Little, M-Sport engineer, had this to say: we've already undertaken 5 to 6 tests with the engine and hybrid system so far, and previously used the engine on the dyno, doing a full season and running and stopping to heat to replicate full season. That came into the car early in the year, and from what we've seen, the engine's been really good and with no issues of any consequence. Also, in the timings overall, even though nobody was relevantly trying to run to get any times as such, as far as I'm aware, it was in the middle of the timings overall from where it stood, so that's quite a good indicator that at least, you know, it's similar pace to the cars already. And with the other timings, on day 1 Ingram was your fastest in the morning, and then on day 1 in the afternoon Proctor was your fastest. On day 2 in the morning Hill was the fastest. This was in the wet. On day 2 in the afternoon, Shedden was the fastest, and coming out of this, Proctor was the fastest overall of the 2 days. And
with that covers the hybrid running and the tyre test Oulton Park. Like I said, 2 days. Thank you very much, Ben, for covering that one. The next one is the Goodwood Festival of Speed, which a couple of the British touring car stars attended. Including Team WSR, so Tom Oliphant, Colin Turkington and Stephen Jelly. Both Toyota Gazoo racing drivers, Sam Smelt and Rory Butcher, also attended. We also had Jake Hill attend from MB Motorsport, who drove his Nissan Skyline R32 GTR up the infamous Goodwood Hill climb. And obviously, as mentioned before, the hybrid actually ran there as well, which is Ben has just mentioned. That also attended the festival and ran up the hill with James Cole at the wheel. And finally, ITV Sport presenter Paul O'Neill was also attended the event and was on the M-Town BMW stand throughout the weekend. It was a pretty good weekend from myself. I attended it in person, and it was a pretty good event, and the drivers seemed to really enjoy it. And with that, we'll move on to the final part of this video, which is the British Touring Car Championship for 2022. Well, the calendar anyway. So, just under a week ago now, the new calendar was announced, and the dates for next year are set to run as follows. So, the season kicks off in late April, so the 23rd, 24th of April at Donington Park National. This is then followed up about 3 weeks later in May with Brands Hatch Indy. 2 weeks after that we have the first round at Thruxton. Then we've got Oulton Park, the Island Circuit in June. Late June hosts the Croft Rounds. Then a month's break for the summer is July. At the end of July is Knockhill. We then move into August where we have the 300 layout for Snetterton and the second round of Thruxton. Moving into September, another month's break between Thruxton and Silverstone, which is the national circuit, before finally rounding out the season at the Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit on the 8th and 9th of October. Just real quick, Ben, any particular surprises for the calendar?
Not really, as far as I'm aware for seeing. I quite like how they've done it, to be fair. Usually I always quite like it because it's quite reasonable. You get a good couple of nice little gaps and everything, so should be an interesting season. Definitely there's enough sort of bits in there where you know that everybody's got a good shot, and if anything happens they've got time to sort stuff out in between weekends as well.
Yeah, it seems like there's a good mix there. Obviously, it's not too much different from this season's calendar, but nice to always know as well, and especially for spectators such as ourselves. Obviously, we can start to book tickets for events and stuff, which is always a good idea. But I think that just about wraps up this video. Like I said, we're going to keep this one nice and short because there isn't too much to cover. But for those that did watch the Festival of Speed or attended Goodwood in person, what did you make of it? Let us know in the comments below. Is there any particular rounds that interest you for next season for the British Touring Car Championship via the calendar? And lastly, what do you make of the hybrid system? Interesting to hear your thoughts down in the comments as always. And I think, like I said, that just about wraps things up. Thank you very much for watching. And from myself and from Ben, we shall see you in a couple of weeks' time for the round at Oulton Park. So thank you very much for watching, and of course, ta-ra.
Bye.